Hello and welcome to this month's tip of the month, HubSpot tip of the month, which is all about setting up your Christmas party invites and RSVPs. So if you ever run Christmas or events in your business and you've had to have manual lists of who's turning up and then people emailing you saying, I can't make it anymore, I'm bringing in a friend, whatever it might be, this is a fantastic, relatively simple way to set up a lot of this automation in HubSpot. So what we've got first is a relatively simple landing page. Obviously, this is completely configurable as well, but essentially we've got a landing page. You fill out the form in the landing page. You select whether you're coming or not. Click the RSVP button, and then the person who's filled that out ends up in HubSpot, and the automation takes place. So I'll show you a little bit of the back end. So the back end is basically we've got the landing page, which is if you go to marketing and then landing pages, you can create a new landing page from scratch, and then you can use the drag and drop editor, which I will show you in 1 second, which you can then drag and drop modules onto the page, and you've got a relatively simple landing page. So you've got a form object which you can fill out. You select the form that you're choosing for the RSVP options. You've got some text content and an image as well. And as I said before, this is pretty customizable, so you can actually add as much as you want as well. So we can go all out as well, pick a selected theme, whatever it might be as well. Okay, so that's the landing page itself. And one of the things with the landing page is in the settings section, we can set it to go to a specific thank you link as well after they have filled out the details, or you can go to just have a very simple message as well after they have filled out all of the details in the forms that is in the form itself. Okay, so once they have filled out the form, what we do is then jump into a workflow. So we've got this Christmas Party 2022 workflow. And just a tip, if you are adding forms, emails, etc. to your system, always nice is to have a naming convention. So typically we would do event dash, so people know it's something to do an event. And it's either the form, it's the email, it's the property in the back end that links to that specific event. So basically what we've got here is if they filled out the form and they have RSVP'd yes, then they get this automated email to say, hey, great, you're coming along. Looking forward to seeing you at the Christmas party, just confirming you're confirmed. And if they can't make it, it's always nice just to send an email to say, hey, thanks for RSVPing. Sorry you can't make it this time. We'll see you at our next event, which we'll email you when that comes up as well. So that's a nice, very simple workflow. And if you do want to get it a little bit more complex, what you can do is add like a timed trigger as well. So delay until date. And that way, a week, 2 weeks before the event, just a friendly reminder, we have the Christmas party coming up. If something's changed, have a link back to here where they can go, oh, sorry, something's come up. Or maybe they couldn't make it and now they're like, yeah, I can actually make it. Great, I'm going to come along. So a friendly tip, I'm just going to close this for a second. If you click on here and click on the re-enrollment, just make sure that these are all ticked and they can keep filling out the form based on their circumstances as well. Nothing worse than coming back here and going, oh, I can make it now, RSVP, and it's sort of like, well, you're already in the workflow, so you don't get a confirmation. So make sure those are ticked so that people can re-enroll as well. Now the last part of this is the whole concept of, rather than having to keep manual lists on spreadsheets, we can have a list in our back end as well, where we've got a list of people who has RSVP'd yes, and a list of people who have RSVP'd no, and essentially you can just keep track of the numbers here. So there you go, that's a HubSpot's tip of the month to help you with your Christmas party invites. If you would love us to come in and help set up these for you, give it a little bit of advice for you as well, please reach out and make contact. But thank you for watching and see you in our next month's tip.